Morning guys, how are you doing? Welcome to Wednesday. Wednesday, halfway through the week, almost over the worst, aren't we? Now, I've been really busy lately, and in addition to that, I've not been feeling quite myself. I mean, look at my eyes. These aren't the eyes I would normally have, at least I hope not. But anyway, that's meant that I have not managed to watch many Baycroft TVs, so I have found myself doing a little bit of catching up. And last night, I watched Mondays and Mr Mark's feature on roller coasters, which was both brilliant and also a little bit stomach churning, wasn't it? I don't know if you've seen it, but if you haven't, go back and have a look. Now, when I asked Mr Mark to put that together, I had no idea that he had three big fears. Heights and roller coasters were two of them. I just thought, nice bloke, we need to see more of him on BTV. But putting that clip together would have brought back some pretty terrifying memories for him. I won't tell you why, but be sure to ask him. Oh, by the way, his third big fear is snakes. Keep watching all week, Mr. Mark. Nice to see you. Now, animals. I talked yesterday, didn't I, about polar bears and how much I love bears, and I also showed you a pink fairy armadillo, which is so odd and really very lovely. But the chances are, me and you are never going to be lucky enough, or unlucky enough in the case of a polar bear, I guess, to ever bump into or see either of those animals in the wild. In fact, hardly anyone on the planet has ever seen a pink fairy armadillo. So I want you to fall in love with animals that are a little bit closer to home. And if falling in love with them is a bit of a stretch, at least learn to admire and respect them. I want to tell you about an animal that I've had a fondness for years, and it might surprise you a bit because it's an animal that either you don't ever think about or that you probably don't like very much. And it's crows. I love crows. There's something about crows that always makes me stop and look. Have you ever looked into the eye of a crow and wondered what it was thinking? No, admittedly no. You probably haven't. It's a stupid question because I know that I'm a little bit odd. But you see, I have done exactly that, because last year, as I arrived home one evening, I found a crow lying looking very ill in the middle of the road. Now, not wanting to leave him there, I picked him up, and as you can see from that picture, that's me with the beard. See? He was clearly in a bad way, because a crow would not normally be happy to let you pick him up. And it was all a bit rubbish because there was this beautiful, glossy, intelligent bird, and I admit I fell a little bit in love with him, but he was dying. And I didn't want to leave him there to let him become the victim of a cat or a fox or something. So I took him down into my basement and I made him a little bed for the night because I wanted him to be warm and comfortable, because I assumed it was where he was going to die. But when I went down to check on him the next morning, now, my meanie wife said I wasn't allowed to keep him, so we said our goodbyes and he flew away and he went about his day, as good as new. Now, this sounds dumb, but I'd like to think that he knew that I was trying to help him. And here's the thing, he actually probably did. A study of crows shows that they not only recognise up to 100 different human faces, but they also recognise them miles away from where they first saw them. And as well, they can differentiate between people, which means they approach different people that they've seen before in a different way, depending on whether or not they liked them, which would be depending on whether or not the person was kind to them. So a crow may well be looking at you now and know who you are. It's amazing, isn't it? So crows can work out people pretty well, and they've learned to use that to their advantage. Crows love eating nuts, and one way that they crack them is to fly high in the sky, drop them, and let the nut crack. But some nuts are too hard, and they have learnt that if they let a car run over it, it will crack and they'll be able to get their food. But there's a problem with that, isn't there? Nut, bird, car. So do you know what they've learnt to do in some places? They place the nut on the road by traffic lights because they've learned that cars have to stop there and then they can gobble down their lunch safely. So next time you see a crow, look in its eye and think, I wonder what he's thinking, because the chances are it's probably quite a lot. One more thing. Geese. You know geese? Geese have teeth on their tongues. Ew!
Right, so for Wednesday's challenge, guys, what you're going to be trying to do today is we're going to put ourselves into a plank position. So, if I come side on, we're going to put, well, press up position more than a plank position. Okay? Now, what you're going to try and do is you're going to lift your right leg and with your left hand touch the toe. Then you're going to do the same thing with your right hand and left foot. Okay? Now let's go facing on so you can see my feet a little bit apart. We've got right hand, touch. Now this really tests your core strength and also your balance, because you might find that the first time trying it you might fall over. Okay, so take it slow. It's a bit like mountain climbers. Lift your foot up and just try and keep that balance, keeping your core as stable as possible. Give it a go. See you later.
Hi everybody, it's Mr Ryan here with one of my friends, Indy, whom you've already met. Today I'm talking to you about friendship and what friendship means to me, and I'd like to talk about a teaching of the Buddha about friendship. The Buddha said that your friends should be four things. They should be someone who helps you, who endures with you through good times and bad, who mentors you, that means to guide you when you might be doing something that's wrong or needing support. And the last thing your friend should be is compassionate. Care for you when you're in trouble, look after you when you need their help, and support you when things may be going wrong, and challenge you. I'm really lucky to have wonderful friends both here in the UK and in Australia and other countries around the world. Don't have to be with them all the time, but I do try and talk to them. So remember those four things, what your friends should be to you.
morning, Baycroft. I hope you're all doing well. Mr Ryan-Heaney here from the music, PE, maths, every kind of department, which way. What we're going to be doing with you guys this morning is we're going to be trying to experiment with different items in your kitchen or your house and trying to make some musical instruments out of them, okay? So, I'm currently in the kitchen at our house at the moment and I've gathered a range of different items that we could use. So, we're going to have a look, firstly, at a saucepan, okay? Now, what is interesting about this item is that it has a couple of different materials. We can see that it's made of metal, okay, for the main pan. It's also got a bit of plastic on the end here. Now, we know from doing music, and all the students who have done it before should know, that different materials will make different sounds. So if, for example, I was to grab a wooden spoon and hit it on my metal pan, that's going to make a different sound to if I hit the plastic handle. Okay? So, in there we've already got two different instruments. Next up, you might have a Tupperware box. Okay? That might come with a lid or without it. Okay? We can kind of use this as a makeshift djembe, because what we have is if we have the lid on it, we've got our slap in the middle and we have our bass at the side. Bass at the side?
Other way around.
Yeah. Bass in the middle, slap at the side. I've got the head of music giving me pointers from the behind the camera at the moment. So, if I have that, let's just quickly go, little djembe. We can see there's a couple of different instruments. Then, you might have some food in your cupboard lying about. Some things you might not ever really use. So, obviously, with your parents and carers' permission, have a little rummage through the cupboard, see what you can find. In ours, got some examples, got some mustard seeds here. They make excellent maracas. Some white shimmer pearls that you put on cakes and stuff. Excellent maracas. Hey. They've also got some, what have we got here? Got some sparkles. As you'll notice, the sound for these is a lot different to here. What I want you guys to think about is why that might be. So if I shake this one first, and show you just inside it, and if I shake this one here, what is the difference in the texture of the items inside our tube? Now, last but not least, my favourite. If any of you are bakers or have any of these in your kitchen, a nice whisk. Now, I like this because there's lots of different sounds we can make. Similar to a cabasa, I believe they're called, where you can scrape it on your hand, bang it on your hand, make different noise, or shake it and tap it to get different sounds. Yeah? Now, what is the difference between using our wooden spoon and our metal whisk on our metal? Let's have a listen. There's a slightly different sound between them, isn't there? Okay? So, the word for that is timbre. It's spelled T-I-M-B-R-E. Timbre. It's how things sound. Okay? So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a little muck around with the instruments I have in front of me. Miss Ryan, if you want to come in and get involved as well, feel more than welcome to. What would you like to use?
Oh, maracas.
You want the maracas? Yeah, fantastic. You can take the mustard seeds as well if you like. So, if Miss Ryan gives us just a slight beat on the maracas, I'm going to try and just join in with her and improvise, okay? When you're ready, miss.
A 1, 2, 3, 4.
very much, Miss Ryan. Thank you very much, everyone watching at home. Hope you're all doing well. And any more thoughts, Miss Ryan, on content?
Let's see what you can do with the timbre, the quality of the sound, the texture, that's the layers of the instruments, and the tempo. So let's give you a little demo. Mr Ryan-Heaney is going to start with one instrument. I'm going to add texture with another instrument, and then the timbre. Let's see what you can do. Send us your videos or pictures to the school website, and have a good day.
See you later.
Yesterday's sign was dinner. Today's sign is eat. Eat.
Hi everyone, welcome back. Mr Mitchell here, just looking to sign off for the day. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. You're going to be seeing lots of other faces over the coming weeks from all of your favourite people here at Baycroft and some of your less favourite people. So make sure that you do tune in every day. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, be kind to your parents, your carers, say hello to crows, and we'll see you tomorrow.